And so that was really fun just to be learning Italian, because I was not fluent before I came, and that is a huge piece of advice that I would give if you want to be an au pair, is learn the language. It would be so helpful. Seriously, learn from me, learn the language before you go. Hi, my name is Liza, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience as an au pair and what that looked like. So 2 Januaries ago in 2019, I had the opportunity to be an au pair in Florence, Italy. There it is, there's the Duomo. Those are just some pictures that I hung in my room from my trip. But I can honestly say that I never really thought that I would be an au pair. It was always my dream to live in Florence, but just I never really thought about being an au pair until the October before. I kind of found AuPairWorld.com and just kind of started like messaging families and just seeing what the website was all about. And I had 2 things that I didn't want to settle on. I really wanted to be in Florence, and I really wanted to be in the city. And so I messaged so many families, some from Rome, some from Pisa, some from the southern part of Italy, so many families. And at times I was like, should I just stay in one of these places? But I'm really thankful that I didn't settle, because it wouldn't have been Florence. So that's one piece of advice: just know what you want and don't settle. So I started talking to this family in October of 2018, and I saw that they needed someone for January. And that was already perfect, because I was going to be finished with the job that I was in at the time, and I had just graduated. So I was kind of like, this is my one shot, and so I have to say yes. So we started messaging and on WhatsApp, and just kind of, we had a video call one time, and they just kind of got to know me and told me about their kids. And so then we decided that I would come at the end of January. And so for me, I did not get a student visa or anything. I was only going to be there 3 months, so 90 days. I'm from the US, so you can only stay there 90 days without a visa. And so that's what I did. I was there from January to the end of April. And so before I just go into all my daily routines, I'll just say that it truly was the most amazing experience. I learned so much about myself, and it was just so nice to get out of my comfort zone and go on a huge adventure by myself. I'll probably never go on a trip by myself like that again, so that's just really cool that I can say that. But when I first got to Italy, I kind of just met the family, and they showed me around and just told me kind of what they needed help with and their expectations. So every day, Monday through Friday, I would walk the kids to school, and before that I would help them get dressed, brush their teeth, put their clothes on. We would eat breakfast together, which was just so fun and just made me realize how important that is, because I feel like in the US sometimes it's just like crazy in the morning, and so you maybe just grab a bar or something and head out the door. But this family just, and the Italian culture, just reminded me how important it is to take a moment and just all be together. So after breakfast and getting them ready, I would walk the kids to school. I would drop the little boy off in like preschool, and then I would drop the little girl off at elementary school, and then I would just have the day to go to the Duomo or go to my favorite cafe or do whatever it is that I was going to do that day. I also started language school, and so that was really fun just to be learning Italian, because I was not fluent before I came, and that is a huge piece of advice that I would give if you want to be an au pair, is learn the language. It would be so helpful. Seriously, learn from me, learn the language before you go. The parents that I lived with, the family, the parents, they spoke English, but the kids did not. And so that was just a little bit crazy in the beginning, me trying to communicate with them. So I would say learn the language, but it all worked out in the end. I eventually got better at Italian, and so I was thankful for that. But so back to my routine. I would have all day to do whatever, and then I would pick them up from school and I would have a snack waiting for them, and we would go to the park some days, and then other days I would take the little girl to swim practice. So it just kind of depended on the day in the week. And then we would come home and I would help with dinner. I would set the table sometimes. I would help the kids get ready for bed, or not bed, they didn't go to bed yet. I would help them just unpack from the day, and then we would all have dinner together, and then we would sometimes drink a cafe, or yeah, a shot of espresso, and have dessert and just kind of wind down. Sometimes we would watch a show together, just depended on the night, but we'd just all be together, and then I would have the rest of the night just to do whatever I needed to do. And so that was kind of a typical day. One of the things I loved about being an au pair was getting to travel. I went to Rome one weekend and Pisa for the day one time, and some random beach towns on the weekends. So the family that I was with was very kind and supportive about me getting to see Italy, because they knew how much I loved it, and they were just so kind in that aspect of wanting me to see their country because they were proud of it. And so that was a big part of my experience. I even got to go to London one weekend and Prague another weekend to visit my friend. So those are memories that I will truly never forget. And I even went to Venice one weekend with the family. So that was really fun, and it was so beautiful there. So I'd have to say that another thing for me was just getting to form a relationship with this family, and I still talk to them on a regular basis. I wish them a happy new year and they wish me a happy new year, and I'm so excited for when I get to see them again. I'm not sure when that will be, but I really hope it's soon because I miss Florence and I miss them. So hopefully after COVID and everything. But I would love to answer any questions you guys have and just tell you any stories you might want to know. It is the most incredible experience, and I cannot recommend it enough. I feel like AuPairWorld does such a good job of just having families on the website that are so intentional and truly do want this to be the best experience for you and for them. And so that was just really important to me, and I was thankful for that, because you're going to a place you've never been, and that is super nerve-wracking, but I feel like they do such a good job of just making sure the family is safe and making them do a background check and everything. So that helped me feel a little bit better. But yeah.